good. You're good.
Peace and blessings, everybody. It's your girl, Wendy Zizzo, here with Nappy Red and Kirk the Jerk, and we are Awareness Academy 411. Here as usual to give you the 411 on what's going on in the world, give you, a little bit of our jewels, our 2 cents, and what applies, let it apply, and if it don't, let it fly, and it's all for educational purposes.
That's right. Peace in the Holy East, my friend.
Don't try this at home, but if you do, it is on you.
That's a fact.
Bag. So let's begin. Red, we're glad to have you back.
Yes, thank you.
Let's move on. We got sound off time. Let's go.
Yes.
Today's sound off on C. June production. I want to talk about, boyfriend and girlfriends had a relationship, right? Y'all broke up. She or he want to explore something different, right? You get a call and they said that he or she has a health problem, life or death. Will you go and help your ex-spouse out and everything and mess up your job and your health to try to be there for them? Sound off on that.
Oh, okay, so that has so many factors that would depend on me.
Exactly.
If we've had less than a year.
No, okay, hold on. No. We're going to say y'all been together for 5 years straight.
5 years. And we broke up. How long was we single? Did we break up?
Probably like about a year.
He might not. He better get that new girl to handle that, boo. Because more than likely he got a new girl that's been handling that, boo.
Oh yeah,
but also, like I said,
if you hit me up, listen. It depends also how it ended too. Like if it ended in a really nasty way, that's your problem. But if we had an amicable, I can't get my words out. You know what I mean? If we had an amicable breakup, then I can see I'll check up on you. I'll see how you doing.
Wow. We got 42 people watching us right now.
But let's just say that it's a life and death. Like he or she cannot not be here in the next month or two. Mm-hmm. And then the family reaches out to you. Can you come and help them?
Yes.
Help.
Now you got the family hitting me up too. That's pressure.
But also that is a lot of pressure right there.
But also, while y'all broke up, because he or she was controlling, they wanted to control the relationship. That's why, and then that person couldn't control you or him, and that person left the relationship. But
so
go ahead. He or she is life and death. And you don't know if that person is going to make it. Will you drop everything and come and help your ex?
I'm not dropping everything, but I'll see you on my day off, and I'll bring you something. We'll say my piece. I'll check up on you. But I'm not gonna take off from work or nothing. Like you ain't my man. Okay. You know what I mean? Like I care about you because I've been with you. Maybe I would take off from work, especially depending on I would say depending on the way it makes me feel at the moment. You know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna say from here, it's more of I'll get to you at my convenience versus maybe in the moment, maybe I might take one day off from work and then that about it. But or he got money, because then I could take off a whole week.
He said if he got money.
Like somebody got to pay these bills. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to sound like a gold digger, but bills still got to get paid. Like of course I want to help you, but shit still got to get paid.
That's a fact.
I think it just really depends on many circumstances, and I wanted to even with this just whole theme segue into just relationships in general and how people see each other in terms of like, am I this is just my perspective. I'm a weirdo. I feel like if yeah, I'm definitely a weirdo. Like, I feel like if I've had some type of connection with you, to some, especially we laid together, I should still care about your life to a point where I should be able to be cordial with you if I see you or talk to you. You know, if I come across you, or But what do y'all think about exes being friends?
That's different.
I don't think
being
so.
friends with your ex.
No, I don't think so, because if you let's say, Wendy, your boyfriend, you met a dude, he's cool and everything, and you can make it work. And he said, well, I'm still friends with my ex. And, we talk on the phone, we chat. That's a no. It's like, because my thing is this: if you had a relationship,
what if they had a kid?
Well, you can't do nothing about that.
That's a little complicated. Me personally, I don't deal with situations like that unless you know boundaries, because y'all dealt with each other. I'm not a fan of that, because I don't want to find out that y'all still having sex behind my back, because y'all did have a kid together, so y'all are capable of having sex with each other.
I mean, people having sex regardless they have a kid or not. A kid just happens to be, a visual consequence.
I mean, at friend as we have a conversation about the kids, and we just so happen to have regular conversation about other stuff, then it's not too much of a big deal. But if y'all hanging out together, that's a big issue.
Now, I don't think hanging out. Like, I try to have some type of friendship with my daughter's father. Like, we knew each other since we were like little kids. And as we got older, we got together when we were teenagers. I had my daughter young because I was doing too much. But I tried to have, be cool. Like, it was like the roles were reversed. You know how most guys complain about the baby mama bitching and complaining and da-da-da-da-da? The role was reversed for me. I was the one that wanted all the peace and was trying to be logical and rational. And he was the one being emotional and being I'm not going to say the word because my daughter might see this, but yeah. So, I tried, but he just really made it impossible.
But see, my thing,
just emotional.
My thing is this: if it's X is called for a reason. If you my ex, that means we couldn't get together. We couldn't resolve our issue.
Yeah.
And me, my opinion, I don't move backwards. So why I'm gonna sit there and start something, have little sex there and there and there? Now you causing drama. You bringing drama into your life, because when you stop having sex or catering into your ex, and when you find somebody out there and you be like, yo, this is the one over here.
I don't see having sex with an ex, but at least being cool.
No, but that's the issue. What you just hit on, you hit it right on the mark. That's the shit that you have to worry about, because you have to worry about when you stop. See, people don't realize this. Everybody ain't walking around some damn Don Juan where they can get whatever they want. No, sometimes women, especially with men, women is only allowing you to sleep with them because they're expecting more from you over time.
Exactly.
They say, you know what? I'm gonna sleep with him. I'm gonna give him some good loving more than his wife or his girlfriend. So hopefully he is look at me as a prospect where he could probably dump his girl. It'd be like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So once you understand that dynamic, because some men just thinking they king ding-a-ling and every girl just like them. No, they like you for who you are all the way around, where they hopefully, by them having sex with you so many times and doing these sexual things for you, hopefully you decide to look at them as a candidate for a relationship and give it your
that's definitely a dynamic that happens. Like, people have this expectation that I'm the special one, so you're gonna change for me.
Yeah.
Nobody changes for no damn body. People change for themselves, and if they really, really want to. Like, if you're with any situation where you're like, oh, I'm gonna keep being with this person and hopefully they'll give me what I want. Nope. If they ain't giving you what you want in the beginning, they'll never give you what you want. So
that's a fact.
Don't do it.
That's why I said X is an X. Like,
absolutely.
Like my thing is this: if I made you my ex, don't expect anything. If you give me some ass, I'm gonna take it and keep it moving. Right? Bye. See you later.
That's a
Don't
real
sit
man right
there.
there, right?
So you're from the man's perspective, so I hear that.
No. It's no. I know some girls that be like, yo, you know what? I don't want no relationship with dudes. Well, I'm gonna go fuck my baby father real quick. I'm gonna knock him down real quick, and then I'm gonna come back or
I
whatever.
couldn't see. I mean, maybe it's because the relationship was so bad with my daughter's father. I could have. No, I remember when. So my daughter was little when this happened. So I think I was broken up with him. I had got to a relationship after him, and then I broke up after that relationship with the person a few years. And I had a thought in my mind of going maybe back to my daughter's father, and just the thought of kissing him triggered my gag reflex. Like I was like, bleh, like I just my body is like I'll never be able to do that ever. Like I'm so turned off by this person. Even my body's turned off. So to have sex with an ex, and no.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'll be cool.
Nasty.
Huh?
I said, and plus it's nasty.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how many girls he's having sex with, or how many dudes. Well, you know what I'm saying? Vice versa.
There's all types of risks in that. You know, potentials and all that. Like you know, I need to see, or at least have the conversation of what's your medical, status right now. You know what I mean? Like I need to see that. And
because
because you
HIV
have a history don't mean
there.
that. Yes, like people think, oh, because we have a history, I know this person. No, you don't. You don't know what the hell they've been doing.
That's true, right?
You don't know what the hell they've been doing. They could have got with somebody right after you that didn't tell them something and gave them something.
See. Look, I'm gonna tell you what really scares me about back then running around, because you got a lot of dudes that was playing that macho role, and they was getting hit in the booty, and then they go back to their girlfriend and then hit them, and then you turn around and hit them.
So they was getting bang bang.
DL guys, those DL guys.
Too much. And plus, but the crazy part is HIV is high up there. Like, you don't die from HIV really no more because they got so much medicine. But you got a lot of ladies and dudes out there that is HIV.
Hell yeah.
And everything. A lot of them.
A lot of H's.
So my thing is
different
this.
H's out there.
Yeah. No disrespect or nothing. I love my thing down there, so I'm not trying to put it in no jeopardy.
I don't know, man. Shit.
Listen,
no jeopardy.
That's a gift that lasts for a lifetime.
I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful. I can say I'm just grateful. Like you, I care a lot about.
Yeah, exactly.
My buddy over here.
I love my buddy.
She's amazing. I love her. Like, we good.
That's a fact.
I'm gonna keep it that way.
That's a big fact.
Shit, that's just scary business right there. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's very important. I don't know, man. That's why it's easy. I think that's why I'm kind of happy that I'm in a relationship, because I feel like I'm at peace when it comes to stuff like that. Like, I don't have to worry about it.
There's one less thing to worry about.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
It really is. I said sometimes.
I mean, yeah, you got those scandals and all that stuff, and I mean, but you always gotta hope and pray for the best and say that you know what.
See, I always say, you roll your shit on the crack table, you might crack out. Okay, I'm gonna roll it on
it'll be that one time.
That
your whole life up.
And cracked out.
Whole life up. Whether it's with a medical problem or a child.
That's a scary, and that's a scary business right there. What you just
y'all can have a kid at any age, so you can mess around in your 60s and still wind up being an old ass daddy.
Spit one out and be like, "Oh shit!"
MC Hammer Daddy.
But even in these times now, right? We have so many things going on, like just with this administration alone, right? How they're putting these restrictions on women now, so you get caught up in these type of situations, depending on where you live. It can get crazy, you know. Real quick, and just to real quick, I don't know if y'all heard that they passed in the Senate. They didn't pass it as a law yet. That if a woman is married and she's changed her name, she won't be able to vote unless
because of vote
a passport. Like, yo, it looks like he's setting up for the third term, to go for the third term and make it so that women can't vote.
What they doing? Think about it. They've been trying. Republicans for a long time is trying to do all kinds of dysfunctionalities. You gotta ask yourself a question: if everybody's a Republican like that and there's no cheating, then why is it that they the ones that create all these kind of laws to restrict people from voting when it's a civil right for everybody to have the opportunity to vote, whether they agree with voting or not? And
Yeah.
then the reason why they do is because they know most people is not Republican. Most people are Democrat. Whether we hate the Democrat Party or not, most people in America is Democrats. That's the reason, and the only reason why Republicans even have an opportunity to even win is because of the what's that shit? The
Electoral college.
electoral college.
Well,
That's the
that
only
and
reason.
women outnumber men, right?
Yeah,
So for there to be, there's way more women votes than men. So what
Yeah.
better way to make it harder for women? Because all right, they're gonna pass if they pass this, because it's not passed as a law yet. If they do
yeah,
pass this, let's see how hard it's gonna be for women to now get their passports, because
yeah.
it has to match.
I don't.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna get so much pushback. I don't think it's gonna go through like it's supposed to.
We'll see what happens. Listen, they was able to overturn Roe v. Wade, so I don't put nothing past these people no more. Like
Well,
if you can overturn
you're
that,
right.
mm,
Nah, you're absolutely right. I stand corrected with that because I
yeah,
forget
because
that.
that overturn was insane. Like I was like, why y'all even touching that? But then I also understand, and this has been published in books since the '60s, that these people, the clear people, as Red Bull put it, they're afraid of annihilation. Right?
Yeah.
They,
Genetic annihilation. It
yeah,
makes
they're
sense though.
afraid of
Yeah.
genetic annihilation. So
Yeah,
because
Hmm.
of that, they're gonna force babies. They're trying to force it. And if you notice, most of these laws are passed in more
Clear babies.
um
yeah.
in these states that have lower melanated people. I'll put
Yeah.
it that way.
Yeah. But
So
I want to also say something. Just one thing. I mean to cut you off, but I
nah, you
also
good.
want to say I'm not racism against white people. I just
Yeah,
want to put that out there. You know, some of my friends is white people, but I'm racist towards ignorant white people and ignorant black people,
yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
gonna leave it like that.
Well,
I mean, I'll say I hate everybody that's stupid equally. If you're
Yeah.
ignorant and you have this cognitive dissonance and you refuse to educate yourself and love yourself, then I don't like you.
I'm an equal opportunity thing, meaning that if you black or white, I got some people on both sides I can't
Yeah.
stand. So it's like
Exactly.
for me,
Hmm.
it's more than that less. The problem with me, the only problems I have with some white people is that they when you tell them that something's racist and they because they never been a black man before, they don't know and they be like, come on, that's really racist, bro. Come on, think about it. I said,
Hmm.
you grew up in if you grew is a
Hmm.
white it's not a white person on this planet if they went to our public schools from the ages of 7 and up, there's no way that they don't have some kind of racism in them. You know why? Because it's a social construct. And
Yep.
because they went to school for all these years, they got indoctrinated into the system. Whether they self-aware or not, you got people like Jane Elliott that's come around revealing people's skin. But even she'll tell you that she's not completely healed with racism. Because it's a disease that you learn from a young age. And even though you realize you realize what the problem is, you try to cure it,
It's a
it's still a
mental
disease.
illness.
It's a mental illness. It's a freaking
Hmm.
disease.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, like what's interesting is that the indoctrination happened twofold.
Yeah.
One has white people thinking that they're the superior race, right?
Hmm.
And because of that, they have to deal with that responsibility. So now they feel like in ways they have to live up to whatever that expectation is. So that's why you'll see some of them act out and doing extra shit because they have to flex and prove that they're above now. So now they want to, Dr. Umar Johnson says it the best, like they want power. It's just
Yeah.
about power. And the other aspect of it is because this is a social construct and it's a lie,
Yeah.
it's now taking away from them their humanity in a sense. Not
Yeah.
like really is. Like imagine you're a child and you're playing with this little kid that don't look like you, but you don't care. You having a good old time. And
hmm
then one day a parent comes up to you and says, "Oh, you can't play with them because they are
such and such.
they're
Yeah.
such and
True.
such." that is traumatizing to a
Hell
child.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that trauma is why a lot of them are shitty adults, because they haven't addressed that trauma. So, you
Yeah.
know, not only are you hypnotized in a sense and programmed to think that you're better than or superior to, you're also being traumatized at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what the mental illness basically equal outs to. You know, it's like you, that's the symptom. You know, when the hate, the anger, the frustration, the feel like that they even have the right to come up to a black person that's barbecuing in a park and like, oh, who says you could be here? Like, you know what I mean? Or it's like, why do
Superior.
you think that you could do that? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they
It's like
think they superior.
what gives you the authority to think that you can do that? And that is the mental illness.
They
That's
be
the
like,
part of them
I
that
gives my own self the authority.
no, but nah, mental illness is definitely manufactured in this world. You
and,
know, it's not just an American thing. Shoot, the South Africans came here to learn racism when they went to start their apartheid. So
but you know what's crazy though, and this is the sad part about everything. While you got white, black, and other races fighting each other for scraps and fight each other for resources, you got the top rich people sitting there laughing at y'all, laughing at
laughing,
us like y'all stupid.
not
Y'all
not not
y'all
even
supposed to come together
blinking
and
to
fight
hurt
the
their
rich people.
own.
And y'all
They,
voted for a billionaire thinking that he gonna do something for you. How stupid!
listen,
I think
Stupid!
go ahead, Red.
A
I think
billionaire.
I think why a lot of people voted for Trump on the color side and everything
Yeah,
is because he was saying he was getting ready to get rid of the immigrants. A lot of people voted for him because of that.
yeah.
And that's all they looked at. Oh, they're gonna get rid of them, such and such and such and
But a
such,
lot of
because they taking
immigrants
over.
voted for immigrants. I voted for to
Yeah,
get rid of immigrants. I sat
yeah,
there, and you know what's
yeah.
funny? There's a lot of people that I know that's immigrants, that's citizens, that when they was like, "Yeah, I voted for him so he can get rid of," I said, "Nigga, you came over here recent times on a boat, nigga. Fuck you talking
I
about? Get
wonder
rid
if
of
some
them."
of the people that actually got deported were that voted for him.
Well, their
Probably
family
so.
did.
Yeah,
You know, their
yeah,
family
yeah,
members
yeah.
did. Their family members definitely voted for it. That's why when they realized, oh, I thought they was gonna lock up criminals. I said, no, you open the door for them to lock everybody up.
Actually, the
That's
Exactly.
what you
Supreme
did.
Court just ordered the Trump administration to go back to one of the countries that they deported somebody illegally.
Yeah,
Venezuela.
They have until
yeah.
this
It ain't gonna
weekend
happen.
to get
I don't
them
think it's
back.
gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna
Yeah.
happen. I think right now we're closer to a crisis and a constitutional crisis. You know why? Because Trump is purposely pushing and defining the laws little by little to see what happens when he defies the courts 100% and say, you know what, we're not gonna do it.
He's
After
pushing the
submitting
envelope.
paperwork and all that, yeah.
He's doing what most narcissists do, is that they'll keep pushing and pushing and pushing and seeing how much they can get away with
And
Yeah.
right now,
until
I'm trying to see what power they got. I know the courts, like a lot of people. Let me explain for anybody that doesn't know what power the federal judges has. The federal judges have the power to issue marshals. They have to control the marshals too, and they also have a power to get private lawyers and deputize them to be prosecutors to go after the Trump administration. So people can be held in contempt. They do have some power if they have to. Like for example, Pam Bondi, she's the head, but all they have to do is put somebody in her place, not kick her out of her place, add another person with more authority to her to take her over, because the courts can do that. If you defy the
yeah,
courts, that's what their ability. They can have the U.S. Marshals. That's the only people that can take down Donald Trump. Trump can't face no charges, but he can be detained. That's what a lot of
Yeah.
people don't realize. He could be detained. His administration could be detained. His administration actually could do crime, and you can't pardon it. People say, "Oh, they do a crime because they think they get pardoned." No, not if the federal judge
Mm-hmm.
is and prosecutors implement something. You can't pardon that. You're not going to be able to pardon that. It's different. There's levels to it. People think you could be pardoned. You can't. Not when it's
word.
coming directly from the federal versus the federal. It's different.
Speaking of things backfiring, so I heard today that the Trump administration has, I think, 121 days or something like that to fire Elon Musk from
Yeah.
his
Yeah. I
Oh yeah,
special
seen
from
that.
6
his
months.
special position.
He already did the damage already. I mean, yo, let me tell you something. Ain't no more
he did.
Elon Musk
Yo,
can
he's
do.
getting what is it, $3 or $4 million a day from
But
the
you want to
contracts that he's gotten so far.
you want to hear something funny? Once the next president, God forbid, God willing, if we get another president, once they get elected, you know they're reversing every contract Elon
Oh
Musk
yeah,
ever had.
yeah,
You know they're
yeah,
gonna.
Oh,
exactly.
and
So we're gonna force them as a
China
people.
is
China is really
clowning
whipping.
America. Like, I don't know if y'all see these videos. They got these AI
No more
videos.
Shein.
Yo, they are hilarious. And then I don't know if he's considered a prime minister. I'm totally
Who?
ignorant to their titles.
Who?
Was speaking, and he's actually his birthday is the day after Trump, so they're both Geminis.
What's his name?
And the Chinese, I don't
Oh,
know if
Xi
he's the
Jinping?
prime minister or I forgot what his title is, but he's the dude in charge.
Oh, you talking
And
about Xi Jinping of China?
yeah, he said we don't care what y'all do. We'll be fine. We've been existing for
Exactly.
5,000 years
Mhm.
when America was barely even wasn't even there. He
Yeah.
said we gonna be fine. And
They
yeah,
keeping the tariffs. You know what? You know what's happening right now? A lot of people is not even aware. I'm surprised it's not so much public knowledge. There's gonna be no more Shein. If Shein gonna run out of supplies, Temu gonna run out of supplies, and anybody that does any international trade right now, as of tomorrow, is game over. Meaning that you're
the
not
other
getting
thing
shit.
though,
Like
China is also opening. You can travel to China. This is what I heard. You could travel to China with
yeah.
no visa for the next, I think it's 290 days, and you can go out there and go shopping. And they're giving Americans discounts because they know that the Americans ourselves have nothing to do with this.
Yeah,
So they're
yeah.
not trying to come and hurt us. They know who the problem is. So
Yeah.
they over here like, all right, if you want to come visit China, you don't even need a visa. Come on in,
Yeah. Come
shop
on
as
down.
much as you
Come
want. We're
on
gonna give
in,
you all
right now.
discounts and everything.
Yeah. But also, just like you just said, that China said we're gonna be okay regardless.
Yeah, he said they don't care.
Yeah, but black people too. We're
Yep.
gonna be okay because
We've
we've
been through
been
hell
through this
already. We've been through hell.
already. It's the clear people that's gonna go crazy and lose a lot of money.
No, we could say white people. I won't even say poor white people because I know a lot of poor white people that's not really in on this whole bull. Some of them are, but a lot of them is like. I like the fact that I see a lot of MAGA. I'm talking about hardcore MAGA Republicans going crazy, want to hurt Trump and all that. I love that. Oh, I'm
Oh,
gonna get
listen,
when I see
I
him, I'm
was
gonna run him
shocked
over my car.
when
I'm like, yes, violence. No,
I
I'm
was
just playing.
actually shocked to
I'm just
see
playing.
Mitch McConnell's old ass finally vote against the Republican side. I said, "Uh oh, they're
He
getting
started the
tired."
mess though. It's his fault. It's his fault how they fell in the hands of Donald Trump because Mitch McConnell, the way he was ruling in the past, so he created this monster. So it's his damn fault. He better fix it somehow. His old ass. It's his fault. They would
I
have
Well, I
was
never
mean,
Trump.
anybody
Trump.
that's been in there longer than the country damn near been around is their fault.
I don't think Donald Trump gonna last too long. He ain't gonna last too
We're
long.
gonna see what happens. I mean, listen, I
Might
want to
get
see this
canceled.
Elon Musk thing
Might be a
happen. If
plane crash.
they're
I
gonna
don't
fire
know.
him from
Yeah,
his position.
yeah. They're gonna get him. They're gonna get that retarded dude out of here first, and then they're gonna go for Trump.
And
What if they
JD
have a?
Vance, yo,
They might get a plane
JD
crash.
Vance is saying these wild. Like that's the other thing that he said in the video was that the comments and stuff that JD Vance made about them being peasants. He said we have no problem being descendants of peasants, but we were descendants of peasants, but now we are the leaders in technology in the world. You know what I mean?
That's
So you
true.
could
Yeah.
talk all the disrespectful things that you want, but at the end of the day, who's winning? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
Who said
it's
that?
wow. The same gentleman, I gotta get his name. I'm so bad.
But you know what it is too, and it's sad to say this. China has way more sophisticated technology than America because
Oh
America
yeah.
is capitalist.
Hell yeah, yo!
The
Do you see their cars?
BlackRock. See, this is what people don't
Yo,
understand. American
the
company.
cars they have.
No, this is real right here. This is not even a hypothetical. BlackRock, right? One of the largest. You could say that's like almost the largest company in the world that has the most money. One of the most money. They big. They have heavily invested into China. They in cahoots with each other because BlackRock don't care. Even though they're American-based company, they don't give a shit about any country. They give a shit about their bottom line. So all the money China get weapons from them too, like everybody else. But China also make sure they got a lot of smart people to make their own weapons. Their school system is designed for them to be very smart, so they can make the weapons. The only reason why they come to America because America is where you can make money, and they send it back overseas. But your education really comes from China. or it comes from whatever country you live in. Like India, the education system is better than us. Even as third world as India, Nigeria, the education is better than us. The reason why they come here,
That's
because the
why they
only
give
difference, they
visas
can't
to
make
come
money.
here and do the work that we can't do here.
Yeah,
They
that's why
bring all the
Silicon Valley.
scientists over and the engineers over because why? They have better education. Then they try to, I mean, they do this in other countries too. Like they put on this facade that they're poor. So
Yeah.
in America, you thinking that these countries are poor, they don't got no money, you know, we help everybody, we the best thing in the world, but over there in them countries, they putting videos up that Americans, I seen one of this little white boy sitting on the stairs all sad and hungry looking, and they were saying,
What the
oh,
hell?
donate just the same thing, like, oh, for 35 cents a day you can sponsor a
What
child,
the
and
hell?
they do the same thing on both sides. Like you can't believe media. Like people, instead of buying some expensive ass sneakers this year,
Going
instead
to the
of
strip.
buying some a new flashy car or some name brand clothes, go get your ass on a plane and go
Yep.
travel to other countries and see it for yourself.
Yeah.
Like go see it for yourself. Don't fully believe everything that you see on TV because
On the
it's
news,
not
yeah.
the full
That's
truth.
true.
Like
Yeah.
there's some countries out there, like the Philippines alone is popping. Like they make you think oh my God, Bali, different countries in Africa, like their
Yeah.
cities look
Yeah.
way more insane than ours.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
crazy insane. There's cities in China that they have trains that go through residential buildings.
Yeah.
I mean, there's in
Crazy.
Japan, I
Yeah.
think it's in the train stations. As you're walking on the ground in the train stations, they have a system that collects all the kinetic energy, and that's how they collect electricity.
Oh, that's hot.
Like,
Oh,
come
okay.
on.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, they could use that. That's how they could do static electricity by the train moving,
Yeah.
and they got like a little
Exactly.
Yeah,
a
so
metal
you
thin
got
thing
thousands
touching
of
the
people
ground,
walking
making.
every day, and it's hitting these plates, and those plates are generating energy. Like come on, like really people, like as long as people stay hypnotized and needing expensive things to feel valuable rather than seeing that experiences is what the true value is, get on a plane. Like I'm talking to myself too because I definitely need to travel more and I'm looking forward to traveling more. You
That's
know,
it. Ain't
just
nothing wrong
my
with that,
little
man.
couple trips lately have been, like this is just the beginning for me because I was always, taking care of my kid.
Yeah.
I couldn't go and come and go as I please. $50 a month in child support ain't doing nothing for nobody. Yeah, I'm gonna tell on
Don't
his
spend at
ass.
every store.
Mhm.
I know.
Listen, don't get me started with, because I mean, and I'm not gonna say child support real quick. I'm gonna touch on this. I ain't gonna say child support is fair in a lot of different ways because I've seen guys get dragged through the mud for some child support.
It's fair enough for
But
some people. Some
there
people
are
don't
some
want to pay
people
enough.
like myself that get the shit end of the stick when it comes to child support. $50 a month to take care of a child ain't nothing. Like,
But
seriously.
also you got to understand it's the way how much you get paid because they only take 17% out of your check.
Yeah, how much
So
I'm getting paid
But
though.
no,
My whole
if
check
it
is going
that's
into my household. So why can't he walk around just as broke as I am?
but
because
$50 a month is default though. That's a default amount. That means that
no, but
he not getting no income.
I know they
yeah,
go
yeah,
according to how much you
exactly,
make,
That's
but
default.
if
That's
exactly,
people can
default right there.
finagle their pay
yeah,
stubs or purposely not get a better paying job just so they don't
exactly.
have to pay.
Pay child support, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because I remember I was giving my baby mother money. I was giving her some money and everything, and she was like, "Oh, I need a little more." I said, "I'm giving you way over the amount that
Yeah.
child support will take." And
Mm-hmm.
she took me to child support, and they was like, "Oh, you get such and such." She said, "What?" I said,
Man,
"See, there you
I
go,
wish
there
he
you
was
go." I said, "Bye bye."
a grown
See,
man like that. Nope.
like, come on now, don't you know what I'm saying? I think child support holds men and ladies down. But if you can get, if put it this way, if you love your baby mother, you had love for her, you should be like, okay, that's my child. My child get anything. I don't give a fuck what the court says or whatever, whatever. What we need to do.
Yeah,
She
you
going to
got
private school.
Yeah,
Let's go half on the private school. If she need
that's a
lunch,
mature
let's go
you
half
man.
gotta
on it.
go
But
and
you
I tell men all the time, like even me, I pay I pay. You got to go above and beyond. It's not just
Yeah,
all right
exactly.
because that's
That's
the
my
child
child.
support amount. You're not going to do nothing extra.
Yeah,
No, if you could do extra, only if you can, because you know if this is all you can afford, then I understand. But if you could do extra from
yeah,
time to time, because that shit
yeah.
is
But
at the end of the day that the woman. And then this is a problem I have. Men be like, oh, I see her going shopping with my child support. I said, nigga, she work, she have a job, she get a
yes,
paycheck,
yeah,
so she has to
exactly.
take care of that kid all the fucking time.
But
So when she just so
see,
happen to get your check, she might be able to go shopping because she spent all her goddamn money on everything for groceries
see,
and the
my
house.
thing was
These kids
this.
eat.
Child support is a reimbursement.
Yeah,
Shit.
Yeah, real
my
talk.
thing is this. My thing is this. Whatever she goes or have, like my daughter used to come and I'd be like, yo, let's go to the supermarket. And she'll be like, I'll be like, after school, what do you eat? We'll go and we'll buy all the food what she needs for the week. Every week, because I used to get on the weekend. So every week from Monday through Friday, what you need. I need such and such and such and such and such. And then when she got her friend, I gave her money for that. Here, this is for your deodorant, toothpaste, and all that. And still they was taking money out of my child support.
Yeah,
But
Mm.
I
real talk.
still was giving her whatever she need. And
Yeah,
that's what real men should do.
that's
Like,
how.
okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
how
it. You
it is.
said it. That's what real men should do.
Yeah,
Because then you
you hit
got
it
these
right on the mark.
spiteful ass, immature dudes, and I had to deal with this myself. Where you so spiteful that you're like, I ain't gonna do nothing for you, and I don't care if it's gonna hurt my child, just
Yeah,
because I'm not trying to do nothing to
Nah.
help you, because you hurt my feelings. You know what I
Nah,
mean? Like,
I love my kids. So like that's out the window. I'm not gonna like if me and her, and me if my baby mother got problems, why I'm gonna put it on my son or
real
daughter?
talk.
Like, come
Yeah.
on, get the fuck. Nah, that's no.
nah,
Look,
this dude
nah,
was
we
really on
not doing
some.
that. We
And,
not
and
doing
and I
that.
think I told this to you before, Kurt. He was just so mad at how it ended, right? He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I know the real you. People don't know the real you." And Kurt said it perfectly. Yeah, the you that you got the version of me of somebody that did the shit that you did. Ain't nobody else gonna get that version of me, because ain't
Yeah.
nobody else gonna do to me what you did to
And
get
that's
that
why,
version.
yo, and I say this all the time. I said, stop worrying about what somebody say about somebody on how they treat you, because they can treat
Mm-hmm.
them like shit and treat you like gold. You know
Yep.
how many times I've been in a position like, yo, I didn't know this nigga was horrible. He's an excellent friend.
Yeah,
When it
yeah,
comes to the
yeah.
women, the nigga ain't shit.
Yeah, it's different.
Because
Yeah.
everybody got that. One thing I learned, even when it comes to relationships, oh, don't date this girl because this girl crazy. She was nice as hell to me. I just was the jerk. So it lets you know that different folks, different strokes. She might have treated
Absolutely.
you like shit, and she might treat me like gold.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Listen, I maybe one day I'll write a book about it, of the BS that I had to put up with. And what's crazy is, like I said, the roles were reversed, because I was always the one that was like how a guy is. I
Yeah,
just want things to be cool. Let's just
Yeah.
co-parent, raise this child together, make sure they happy. And this
Uh-huh.
mofo just angry, just hating, like in competition,
But
trying to compete on who's the
but
better parent. Like, huh?
look, we so blind when we get with the person. That trait is there, but we don't see it. We
yeah,
don't see the
True.
shit
Well, me personally, I was
until
young. I didn't
last
know any
later.
better, so
Yeah.
I was
No.
very young.
But I'm just saying. It's just like that's why I always say, fathers, please be with your kids, boys
real
and
talk.
girls, because my daughter, I taught her she knows street way and she know the other way. So you got to teach your kids and everything
Yep.
survival, because
Real talk.
once they come out of that womb, it's survival for us,
Hell yeah.
for a black woman and a black man. It's survival. So you got to
Facts.
teach them. You got to teach them both. Because I tell people this: you teach them both ways. Teach them the clear people way and teach them the street way,
We have
because
to.
that's how they gonna. That's
We
how they
we
gonna
we
survive.
we've been
And
on
I'll go a
TikTok
step
too long.
further.
We
I'll
all
go a
been on
step
TikTok
further.
too long
If
because
you
TikTok
don't
killing
know
people.
what to teach your child, or if you find it hard for you to be that way, go to therapy. Seek
Yes,
help. Go find
yes.
go find you a mentor. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
find you an elder. Find
Yeah.
you a
Uh-huh.
man that's been married, that had kids, or even a
Hmm.
guy that takes care of it, and go talk to
Yeah,
him. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, it's you have
It's
access to so many resources nowadays.
yes.
So to be a total dirtbag or a deadbeat is truly your choice.
But
Yeah.
also, I want to say you got dirt bags, baby mamas out there,
Oh,
cause,
100%.
cause some of
And
my
I give them
friends,
the same thing I just
yeah,
said. Go to therapy. Go seek
yeah,
help.
yeah, cause I got about 4 friends that their mothers left them with the kids, and they raised their own kids, and I salute them and everything. They didn't let the grandmother or anybody else. They was like, yo, those are my kids. I'm gonna hold it down. But you know what I'm saying? So it goes both ways and
It does
everything.
go both
So
ways. It definitely does. And I know that there's women out there that use their kids as weapons. They use
yeah.
their kids as leverage to get things or to do things.
Hmm.
They to control the situation. Um, you got women that will purposely abuse the children just to get back at the father,
Yep.
That's a fact.
and vice versa.
Yeah.
So I'm not
Yes.
saying this is definitely not a man bashing conversation. This is a parent bashing
It's a man
conversation.
bashing conversation.
Like seriously, like it definitely goes on both sides. Just like in relationships, there's some women that ain't shit. Just like in relationships, some men ain't shit.
Yeah.
This is a people problem, not
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
gender problem. This is a pure people problem, and people, it would be helpful if you actually seeked out for help. Even if you don't want to go talk to somebody, go read some books on self development. You know what I mean? Like, start becoming more self aware. Start becoming go read some books on psychology. A great book I can recommend is The Body Keeps Score by Vel Hasselin. I think I'm not saying his name right, but The Body Keeps Score. That's a great book on psychology. Like, just try to understand yourself so that you can see the problem, so you can find a solution. You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
So
Yeah.
that's all I
Yeah.
got to say about
But
that.
okay, but
Nah, me.
also I want to say it goes back to neighborhood trauma too. When kids grow up and see what their mother and father does and
Yeah.
everything, and that's what I tell people to get counseling on, because like me same way. I grew up in Park Hill. I grew up in Brownsville, Brooklyn, at from baby to 11. I seen shit that I ain't supposed to see at
Yeah.
8,
At
9, and
that age,
10
yeah,
and
absolutely.
everything. So when I get to Staten Island and I go to Park Hill, like the kids that wasn't in my zone that didn't know nothing, like I was ahead of them already,
Hmm.
because I seen my first killing. I seen dead bodies. I seen gang fights and everything. That wasn't on Staten Island in the 70s and
Yeah.
everything. So when I came to Staten Island, and when I say neighborhood trauma, Brownsville was fucking neighborhood trauma all day.
Oh, I can listen.
All
I can
day.
only imagine. You probably hearing. Look, I
All
remember
day.
staying out in Brooklyn with my dad because my dad lived in East New York, so I would go and stay out there with him for weekends or for weeks, whatever. When we were out of school,
Yeah.
and that was the first time I ever seen a car get stolen. I'm looking out the window, and I see the guy break into the car. He had an afro
Mhm.
and everything. I remember this. He got into the car and took it. And I'm standing there looking. I'm like, he
What the
just stole
fuck?
a car, and it was
Huh.
late at night too. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
why I was at the door. I think I was just bored, but yeah, I'll even add to
Yeah.
what you're saying. We have generational trauma.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah. That
trauma
too.
that's stored in our DNA.
Hmm.
Dr. Joy, oh, I think her name is just Dr. Joy. She wrote a book talking about post traumatic syndrome,
Yeah.
where she speaks on, and this is epigenetics, where you have the trauma stored in your DNA. So a child can be born dealing with the same issues that their mom or their grandparents were dealing with. Because I'll go this far. So
You
when
believe
a
that
woman is
though?
pregnant, she's pregnant with her child
Mhm.
and her children's children,
Yeah.
right? Because especially when it's a girl, because a girl is born with all of her eggs, right? So when I was pregnant with my daughter, I was carrying my grandchildren too, and my grandmother carried me with my mother. Yeah, my mom and me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whatever energy, whatever frequency, whatever traumas that my grandmother dealt with, my mother absorbed that from her, and I absorbed it too. And then whatever traumas my mother dealt with, I absorbed that. My daughter absorbed that. So generational trauma goes back to your mama's 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 mama. You know, they even did a study where they seen that children that were born generations after slavery
Yeah.
were still traumatized. Like they just look, you could just look at them and they look like they were actually slaves. Like it's a interesting I want to say dynamic to consider that, you know, when you're healing yourself, you're also healing your generation. So be easy on yourself because you got a lot going on.
I don't want to be easy on myself. I'm gonna be
You know,
hard
but
on myself now.
But since we are Awareness Academy 411, and speaking of which, please, people, if you like
Peace.
everything we're talking about,
Peace.
please go on YouTube, like, share,
Peace,
subscribe.
peace, peace,
You
God.
know, share, let people know about us. Come on in. You know, we here for
Yeah.
y'all. But in this to what I was just mentioning about generational trauma. So healing, I'm gonna just give y'all a quick idea of how you could actually heal. Like let me give you a technique. One of my favorites. So integration is basically what it is. Excuse me. Integration is, imagine your consciousness is a stream, right? And whenever a trauma happens, let's say a big boulder gets thrown in that stream and now it splits, right? So you have one side going this way, one side going this way. So now you have
Uh-huh.
this stream of energy. A consciousness is split, right? So when you're integrating, what you're doing is removing that boulder and bringing the stream back into alignment, right? So that trauma is stored in your body and your subconscious and your nervous system. So what you want to do is, I'm gonna give y'all a quick technique. You want to do something where you're laying down, where you're relaxing. This is a meditative practice too. So
Uh-huh.
you want to completely relax your body. I don't know if you want to listen to some type of meditation music. Y'all can go on my site, zizzolife.com, and go on my YouTube page because I do have some meditative videos on there that I made. So just listen to this stuff, and what you want to do is relax your body, like consciously tell your body parts, go to sleep, relax, go to sleep. Starting from your feet, work your way up, and just keep breathing. You know, breathing is a very important part of this process, and you want to start to get in tune with how you're feeling. Not,
Yeah.
not. It's more like, sense where on your body you might feel uncomfortable, and it's not like a, you know, you hurt yourself feeling, but you could
Uh-huh.
feel like, you know, like when you get anxious, you could feel it in your chest, or you could feel it in your stomach. You know, you want to focus on that feeling and just acknowledge it. And this is just a simple exercise. Just acknowledge it by saying something like, thank you for showing me that I'm even having this feeling. You know what I mean? Just bringing your awareness to the feeling. I'm like, I'm having this experience right now. And then, you know, you keep practicing that, and then you can get to a point where you can start communicating with it. What can
Yeah.
I do right now that can make you feel better? What do you need right now to make you feel better? You know, and even use your imagination. Imagine that you're interacting with the part of you that you're feeling. So
Yeah.
if you're feeling scared or uncomfortable, what would you look like in that moment if you can imagine yourself, right? And interact with that part of you in the way that you've always wanted someone to interact with you. And that might look like, um, what can I do for you? Do you need me to just sit here with you? Do you need a hug? Do you want me to hold you? Or, I'm so sorry that you're dealing with this. Like I'm one of those people that if I'm upset, don't come over to me and start on me because it's gonna make me cry more. You know, like somebody come over and be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." You're like, you just start bawling. You know what I mean? So
A
you can,
nervous wreck, right?
yeah, it's like you do this with yourself, but allow yourself to experience whatever that is
Yeah.
that comes up because it needs to go through a process. You know, it's like standing in the ocean and trying to stop a wave. You know, and if you
Yeah.
stop that wave, it's going to get stuck, and your emotions are no different than the waves in the ocean. So if you stop that wave right there, now it's going to just stay there, and you're going to just keep dealing with that perpetual feeling. But when you just pay attention to it, give it whatever it needs, it'll start to go through its process until it dissipates. Just like a child. If a child falls or hurts themselves, what do? They'll cry and scream for however long, and then they'll finally get that point of, and then they're like, okay, and then they'll go off and go do something. You know what I mean? Like if it never happened.
Yeah. Just like
And
just like my grandson, he does that.
Yeah, and those aspects of your consciousness that are dealing with the pain are in the same type of just same thing as a child. They never got to fully express that feeling so much, so that is perpetually versus, oh, I'm so sorry, baby, come here, let me hold you, let me make you feel better, oh baby, and then finally okay,
Yeah, it slows down. Yeah.
I'm okay. Oh, you want to play with a toy? Oh yeah, let me go.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
you have to do that with yourself every single day.
But I want to build on something that you
And
just
that's
said.
loving yourself, by the way,
Yeah.
but go ahead.
You said like me and my cousin, when we was coming down from New York and everything, we put on some what do you call that, comfort music, I call it, like something
Mhm.
that relaxes you, and you know what I'm saying. And that's what we did. We listened to some relaxing comfort, even waterfalls or
Yeah,
thunder
that's some
or
good,
whatever,
yeah,
whatever.
nature music.
It
I love that.
relax you. It relax you and everything. And then you know what I'm saying? I believe in that 100% because I did it when I used to go to New York back and forth. I used to put on that music and
Yeah.
then lay back on the train, easy, easy. So
I'll
yeah,
even tell you to find frequency music.
yeah,
Go on
yeah,
YouTube and look up
yeah.
432 hertz. I think it's
432 is
528
awesome.
hertz.
I call that the healing
This is
hertz.
those are the love frequencies. That's the
Okay,
frequency of love. Like before, back in the 1920s, I think it was Rockefeller purposely changed the music from being tuned to 432 to 430, I think it is. So now we listen to everything out of tune, and that
yeah,
throws our energy off. So when you're listening to this frequency, they have frequency machines. Like, I don't
yeah,
know if anybody's seen, like, when I was out in Sedona recently, I was laying on this table and it was emitting frequencies towards me. It was a frequency machine. It had like
yeah.
these Tesla coils under it. So the energy was so strong and so potent. The lady took a
Smoke
light
is
bulb,
relax.
like a straight light bulb. He said, Miles of Coltrane. Hell yeah. I love me some
Yeah.
Coltrane. I love listening to jazz in the rain. Oh my God. Like, I'm driving and I got the jazz going in the rain all the time. But the energy field that I was in was so potent that she took a light bulb. It was still in its packaging. Like, if she went to Home Depot and bought a fluorescent light bulb, she put it close to the field I was in and it started lighting up the light
Yeah,
bulb that she had. So these frequencies are real. You know, if you don't agree with this, then you don't agree with Wi-Fi, you don't agree with Bluetooth, you don't agree with radio waves. Like, all these waves are around you. You can't see them,
yeah,
but you're benefiting from them. So your body is no different when you're dealing with these frequencies. So I totally agree with that. You know, listening to soothing music
yeah,
and just
yeah,
just relax yourself. Like, it's basically bringing yourself present. You know,
yeah,
bringing yourself
yeah,
into the present moment to a point where that's all you're thinking about is the
yeah,
present
yeah,
moment. And if you
yeah,
can do that for 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, an hour, you keep
yeah,
practicing that, now you have mastered your mind. You're
yeah,
in
yeah,
control.
yeah. That works because, like, like when I came up to New York, you know what I'm saying. I want to give my brother a shout out. Called June, you know what I'm saying. His wife Nancy, you know what I'm
Condolences
saying.
to the family.
Rest
Yeah,
his soul,
yeah,
man.
Absolutely.
definitely a person that she reminds me of you, Wendy, because she talks facts, straight facts, and
Everything
everything.
is facts, yeah.
And that's what I'm gonna miss about her. But like, it's basically like when I was coming, I know I had to go to the service and everything, and I broke down, and I went outside to listen to something different, some different music, and just like you said, frequency. And you know, it
Hmm.
calmed me down. It definitely calmed me down. It
Yeah.
calmed me down because, like, like, like I knew she was going to be missed by a lot of people, and she gave game. That was her thing. She really gave game to people that
Mm.
was trying to better off their life and
Mm.
Yeah.
everything. So, so that's what I took from her and everything. So it's like, Like it's crazy how we talking about this freak is because that was everything for the last week. Like you know what I'm saying? I had to listen to like, okay,
Yeah.
I gotta calm down.
I
I was
listen. I
going to
listen
work.
to crystal bowls. Like
Okay,
crystal bowls are they're crystals that are they grind them down and then they shape them into bowls and they
mm,
make them at different sizes and different frequencies.
yeah,
So these bowls will resonate with different frequencies in your body. Like
yeah,
you have these frequencies going on with you all the time and you feel when they're off. That's why you
yeah,
feel bad or you feel sad or you feel depressed, you feel
yeah,
upset. That's
yeah,
when your frequency is off. Somebody comment said about demonic frequency. It's not demonic frequencies.
mm,
It's lower vibrational frequencies. You can put the term on it demonic, but it's
yeah,
not demonic. It's just a lower frequency. And in lower frequencies, things are very dense, they're very heavy, they
yeah,
feel very slow. Like, just
mm,
usually people that are depressed, they don't want to do nothing. They
yeah,
they they don't want to get out
yeah,
of bed. It's because they're
yeah,
in this heavy, depressed,
yeah,
compressed, and
yeah,
like you're compressing your frequency by
yeah,
focusing on things that you can't change,
change, yeah,
on
yeah,
coulda, woulda, shoulda, and didn't. So now you're keeping yourself in a low frequency. But when you keep practicing being present in the moment, finding things to be grateful for,
yeah,
listening to things at a high frequency, those things will slowly start to raise you out of your lower vibration. So it's all
yeah,
relevant.
yeah,
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 real
yeah.
talk.
Nah,
It's all
nah.
relevant.
That's some real shit right there.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I
Yeah, it's
tell
real.
people, I tell people if you feeling that way, please get some help
Yeah.
because you know what I'm saying. Because that right there also bring your health down too.
100%.
And you know what I'm saying. And you sitting there, you're not eating, you're not taking care of yourself. You know what I'm saying. And then your body will collapse on you and
Yeah.
everything.
And
So
there's
I'm
so many different tools that you can use to help raise your vibration,
yeah
whether it's listening to things, whether
that
it's
part
journaling,
yeah.
Yep.
like I gotta put it up there. Hold up. The secret power of journaling.
Uh-huh.
Y'all can I wrote about why journaling is so dope. Like it's a great tool to use to raise your vibration. Another thing I'm about to drop is my posi balls.
Oh
Okay.
So
shoot!
these
Oh,
are
you got
like
both of them
dice.
this time. Okay, those are
So
nice.
I'm telling people now because they trademark. You try to take my shit, I'm coming after you.
We
So
gonna we gonna we gonna
uh
personally me and Ray gonna whip that ass.
facts.
Uh-huh.
So I'm waiting for the shipment now.
Metaphorically.
But the posi balls, they have affirmations on. These are dodecahedron, so it's a 12
Hmm.
sided ball, and each side has a different frequency. It is a frequency technically,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
it's different affirmations, and you roll them like dice. And to me, it's messages from my higher self. Because usually whenever I'm feeling a certain way and I roll them,
Yeah.
the messages that I get coincide with what I'm feeling to help me
Yeah.
feel better. So for me, if people, if you want to use the word angels, it's my angels that's giving me some messages. So these are gonna be out soon. Soon come. We definitely will be talking about these more in the future. Soon come, soon come. They should be out by the summer. Yeah.
That sounds
So
good. Yeah, real talk.
Please let me honest. So,
word. The people gonna be
but
playing with my
but
balls.
but I know we getting ready to end this in a little bit. But I want to say condolence to all the people on Staten Island that really lost family members for the last month because it's a lot of people in Staten Island got hit with a lot of death. So I want to definitely
Oh
send
yeah,
my
absolutely.
condolences to the people, especially Mike, you know what I'm saying, and everything from Park Hill, from Devil Posse. Definitely want to shout you out and everything, you know what I'm saying. But like I said, just like we all said, this is 411. You got to you got to get counseling if you need it. Like
Yeah.
stop acting like you too big and bad for that. That shit is out the window. If you need counseling, get counseling. Or hit up Wendy. She got books. She got everything
Oh,
to make you pop
Holla.
off. So
You can schedule. I'm even taking clients right now with no charge because
Mhm.
I know that
Yeah,
sometimes we just need it. And
yeah,
if you hit me up, I give you at least a 30-minute consultation, and you know, I can assess, maybe walk you through some processes, and I'm also intuitive, so you know, I could also pick up some things, but you know, that's another story, another time, another episode. But but nah, definitely, because we're Awareness Academy 411, this is what we're here for, because we want to make sure that our peoples is taken care of. You know, we want to be the change that we want to see in the world, and that's what we're here for. So I hope everybody enjoyed our episode today. Love you guys. Red, Kirk the Jerk. Again, we are Awareness Academy 411. Please like, share, subscribe.
Peace.
See you next week. Peace.
Wow.
That was fun.